Hello, hello. Today I am doing a speed build for a starter home in Brindleton Bay. Because it's meant for Brindleton Bay, I stuck to base game and cats and dogs stuff. There's a couple points in the build where I put in items that were from other packs just because I momentarily got excited and forgot, but I do fix it all in the end. So it is just base game and cats and dogs. So if you were playing and you only have those two packs and you're wanting to build something for Brindleton Bay, you are set and good to go. When I build stuff for specific worlds, I like to use as few packs as possible. If I'm just building, I go nuts, but this was meant for Brindleton Bay. So I'm just getting this shell ready here. I wanted to build like a small Cape Cod classic home. This house, I am intending on moving in a very big family, but I also wanted it to be a starter home, so that presented a few challenges, but I'm quite happy with the result that I got. It's meant for a family that doesn't have a lot of money, but they do have a big family, so I'm very happy with the way it turned out. It does need some personal touches, but again, it's a starter home. So I made it to be move-in ready, and the family that I move in can add their own touches as they're ready. So just getting all set up here with the roofing. I added those nice dormer windows, which I love the dormer windows. And I love how you get like an extra room in the house, and I end up using that as the teenage son's room. It ends up being a very bland room just because I was running out of money. But again, it starts out very simple, and then they'll add their own personal touches and make the house theirs. The stairs were a challenge here because there's only so much space that they can go into. But yeah, trying to figure out the layout. I did move the stairs around a couple times here, trying to figure out where they were going to go. And originally I picked the season, like that was one of the cases where I used the wrong pack. I picked the seasons stairs because I liked the idea that there was empty space underneath, but then obviously that's not the right pack. So I ended up changing it to, I think, base game stairs. I don't think there are any cats and dogs stairs, but anyway. So I picked windows that have, I wanted shutters for this, because for a Cape Cod house, you have shutters, like those houses all have shutters on the outside. So I went with these base game windows that have really nice shutters. And I think they suit the style of the house perfectly. And then there, I just realized I wanted to make it a little bit bigger. I thought it looked better with the window placement if the house was one tile wider on each side. So then I made this room bigger up here as well too. Took out as much as I could from the roof and still have it work. There we go. And yeah, when I made that room, I got rid of the windows for whatever reason, so I added them in. Oh, also, you may notice the man standing in front. So I have him there to test anything that I need to test. I only needed him for one thing, but I was like, who am I going to use while building? So I downloaded a Bob the Builder from the gallery. So Bob the Builder is here helping me build this home. I don't intend on playing with him at all, but he's just there to help build because, you know, that's what he does. He's the builder. I played around with this door placement. I end up changing quite a bit about this back. The back doesn't stay the way that it is now. But I wanted a small porch at first. I was like, a small porch, and then the porch just kept getting bigger and bigger. And then with the way that I did the layout on the inside, the door placement didn't make any sense to get out to the back, so the door moves and everything too. But yeah, so I'm pretty much done with the exterior there. I do change a bit later, but now I'm just trying to figure out the layout. So I wanted this house to be able to fit 7 Sims plus a dog. Which, I mean, I guess you could put in like a scratching post and a litter box and have it be for a cat too. But for me, it was 7 Sims and a dog. So the 2 parents, and then a teenager or, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, I put in 2 parents, a teenager's room up in that little attic area. Figured the teenager could be in, like, they were sharing a room with a sibling, but then they decided that they were like, I want my own space, and they go up to the attic. So I needed, anyway, space for the parents, a teenager, 2 kids, and 2 toddlers was what I decided to do. But again, you could very easily change that by just putting different beds into the space. So I was playing around with the downstairs. So I've got those 2 bedrooms in there now and a little powder room taking up space in there. I did want 2 bathrooms for the family because, again, it's a family of 7. And I also needed to have a bathtub as well because there's a toddler, 2 toddlers, and a dog potentially. So you do need a bathtub for that. So I ended up putting in just a powder room as the second bathroom so that if the shower / bathtub is taken, you can use the powder room if you gotta go. Anyway, I really like these cottage style doors, especially for a Cape Cod style house. Like, I love that I love the style of the cats and dogs house. It's very like by the sea. I love that pack. I think that might be one of my favorite packs for furniture and build mode. Like, it is a certain style. It's not always super, it doesn't always go with everything else, but I love the style anyway, so whatever, it's fine. I just put siding in the attic area just because I figured maybe that area is not like fully done. It's not meant to be a living space, so I just put siding up there. And then this is one of the places I eventually was deciding which bed I wanted to use, and then I was like, I'm just going to go for the cheapest bed that isn't a kid bed. Oh, I don't do it right now. I'll do it later. You'll see. And I ended up placing the cot, which is from Outdoor Retreat, and I do change that so that it's from the right base game. So here is the kids' room down here. I go into the house and I place all the essentials, and then I go in and add a little bit. There's not too much that I add other than the essentials, just because I was trying to stick to a starter budget, and I didn't want the family to move in and be completely out of money. Like, there's that one house in Del Sol Valley that's a starter home, but like, you move in and then like you can't afford to eat dinner that night. So I didn't want that. I wanted the family to be able to like get by for a couple days until work started or until whatever they're doing gets going. So there's the kids' room and the toddler room. Got the essentials placed there. So where the parents' room is right now, I end up taking that out, and they end up moving to where I was originally going to put the kitchen. But I move the kitchen and I make kind of a galley kitchen to make more room for bedrooms and living space. And I wanted a big dining area because it's a big family, so they do need a big dining table, and in order for them to all be able to eat at once, which not that the Sims ever do that. They all just sit all over the house anyway, but I wanted to, in theory, have my family be able to eat together. So instead of putting the kitchen in that little like section off the side of the house, I put it here, and it's very small, but it's fully functional. It's got everything you need, and it's not like Sims get upset about lack of counter space. So it's fine. So yeah, I moved the parents' room into the little section off the side, and then I moved the door. And later I realized that door now lets out of the bathroom, which is a strange way to get to your backyard, so I do move it. But for now it's there. So anyway, I put the parents' room off to the side there. And I think that's a good spot for a master bedroom too. It's close to the big bathroom. And it also, like, it looks like maybe that could have been an addition on the house later. It wasn't always there to begin with. So, maybe originally there were just like the 2 bedrooms at the side, and eventually they redid the house to make a bigger master bedroom. So yeah, I moved that door to the back. And then I was trying to figure out, I got really, really nitpicky about my window and door placement here. So I play around with that for a little bit, and I do some of it off camera as well that I cut out just because it was too much. And I was like, we don't need all of this here. But yeah, I got quite picky with where all my windows went. You could argue too picky, but to each their own. So anyway, I did end up making this, the back porch, the full length of the house. It's a nice big back porch. You could I don't for the starter home, but if you moved a family in and they earned a little bit more money, you could put a nice like dining table out there. You could put a barbecue out there. You could put bar out there, whatever your family's into, there's room for it on that porch there. And then you've still got quite a big yard as well. So yeah, here I put the cot. And then later I remember that that's not gonna stick to my decision of making this all base game and cats and dogs. This bathroom here is everything's squished in. It does function though. So Bob can still use that bathroom just fine. I didn't player test the potty, just because I didn't have a toddler with Bob to try it out with, but I figured that if it didn't work, you could just move it into the toddler bedroom and it would be just fine. I also just put in a dresser from Tiny Living, because in the moment I was like, I need a small dresser that doesn't take up a lot of space. Where's my one tile dresser? And then later I'm like, oh yeah, it's not from the expansion packs I'm using. So I do change it eventually, but for now it's wrong. For the bedroom, for the living room, I've got the cheapest couch, cheapest TV, and I put the TV up on the crate because I just thought it went well with the physique of like, we're really just trying to get by with what we can. And then again, the cheapest bookshelf. So it is a budget home for sure. The table is not the cheapest table because I did want one that the whole family could fit at and sit at. I liked the wood look. I thought that it matched the house well too. Like the wooden staircase, the wooden sofa. So we've got some wood there. I added the slightly colored wood just because I liked it a bit. So there I've switched out the dresser, and then I put in the base game single tile dresser, and then I was like, oh, this is like $1,200 or however much it was. So I decided, you know what, forget this. And I put in the Get Famous clothing rack, which is, I think suits the style of like, oh, we don't have a lot of money here. Well, like they don't even have an actual dresser. They just have the clothing rack. I think it works. And then I didn't put in a kid's toy box, just a couple toys. Again, that's something that maybe as your family earned a little bit more money, you could save up for a kid's toy box and a dog toy box, because I put in just a ball for the dog. And there I am fixing the bed. And I put in a desk here as well. This room does need some customization for whatever your teenager's taste is. But again, I really wanted the house to just be like move-in ready, not too cluttered up and not too customized, because one, the clutter makes the house a lot more expensive and takes it out of the starter budget a little bit. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted you to be able to move your families in and then decide whatever you wanted. And for myself too, if I'm using it, I just want to be able to move in and style it that way. I like having a little bit more money in the start and the house be a little bit more plain, because then you can add whatever you need to as you go. So anyway, putting in the second bathroom here, just adding little details to it, and then out here to the front porch. Again, I played with the woods for a while. I don't know that I'm super happy with the wood that I picked, just because it's a little bit shiny, but I don't know. I settled on that one. I don't know if I like it. I think I might have done it differently now looking back. So here I am just going in and I'm changing the lighting in a few of the rooms. I put in just like the original like subtle, or now the new super subtle saucer lights in just to get the place lit while I was building it. And now I'm putting in a little bit more of the customized lighting to match the space better. So we've got like the cats and dogs light above the table and a standing lamp in the kids' room. The parents' room, I just put like this cheap old light. Like it's not supposed to look good. It's supposed to look like it's a cheap house. Put in a couple standing lamp and a desk lamp in the teens' room. And then I thought that this looked like a good attic light, but I put it near the stairs because I like in an attic, that's usually where the light is. Like if you go up the stairs, there's usually a light right by the attic, and it's not necessarily meant to light up the space well. It's just meant to be like you get up the stairs and you can turn on the light and see in the attic. So I thought that looked like an attic light. Here are some screenshots. The rooms are a bit small, so the screenshots are meh. But yeah, that's the house I did. I had a lot of fun making it. I hope that you enjoyed watching this. And this is your move-in ready Brindleton Bay Cape Cod starter home.